Hi, my name is Damien, and this is how I make a song. For me, basically, a song is two ideas: one for the verse and one for the chorus. About the arrangement, I most of the time I always build my track the same way. It's verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then the second verse, the second pre-chorus, and the second chorus. I add a little bridge, and I finish the track with a third chorus. So that's how most of the time I build my tracks. So there is two different ways for me to build the track. When I have a session with the singer, I take a keyboard or a guitar and build the whole track with the keyboard or the guitar, and I'm not focused on the production thing because I want to keep the energy and keep the idea, so I will produce the track later. When I'm on my own, it's different. Most of the time I take an a cappella from YouTube or in the internet, and I start to jam on that a cappella to find the first idea. So most of the time it's the verse idea. So when I have something that I'm happy with, I start to make it sound good. So I open my favorite VST, and it could be Nexus, it could be Spire, it could be Omnisphere, or it could be Serum. And I start to look for presets. Sometimes I build my own preset, but not most of the time. Most of the time I use a preset from the VST and tweak it a little bit to make it fit the song. So when I'm happy with that, I open Splice and add some percussions, because I come from the electronic EDM world, so I really love the percussions. So when I have that, I build the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is, most of the time it's two bars. The first bars, it's I put an impact and then a down filter. And on the second bars, I put an uplifter and some snares. And at the end of the pre-chorus, I put a drum file. So I take the percussion on the Vengeance pack or Splice or whatever, but I always put a drum file at the end of the pre-chorus. Then I'm looking for the second idea. So it's the drop or the chorus idea. So for Rewind, for the track Rewind, I started with the drums. So when I found the right drums pattern and the right sounds, I'm struggling to find that second idea, so I take the keyboard, and most of the time I do layers of synth. So for layers of synth for the mid range, for the low range, and for the high range, of course. And when I have that, when I'm happy with that second ideas, on top of that I put the hook. So for Rewind, it was some vocal chops. So for the vocal chops, I put the a cappella that I found on the ES624, and this chops the vocals in different sections, and I take my keyboard and start to to look for the right melodies. When I had that, I put different effect on the vocals. Most of the time it's a sound pitch, a reverb, a stereo imager, and most of the time a delay on it. So when I have that, the song is almost done, because I repeat that two sections two times, like the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and repeat that on the second verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. Most of the time I add some percussions on the second verse to make it feel more energetic. So after that, I just have to build the bridge, and the bridge, it's not really hard to find because it's almost the same thing than the pre-chorus. It's like laying down some piano chords put a down filter, an uplifter, and a drum fill at the end for the third verse. So that's how I make my track most of the time. About the mix, I have to say that I always do the mix while I'm producing. I never do the mix after. So I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing, but I always do the thing like this. So I had most of the time I had like the compressor, a reverb on bus, and an EQ and a delay on the bus, or straight on the track. For the master, most of the time I have to say that I use iZotope and deal with the different section, like the compressor, the limiter, the EQ, and all that stuff. And sometimes, because I have the wave back, I put an SSL compressor on the master channel to make it feels more in your face. So that's basically what I do for the mastering, but I have to improve my skill concerning the mastering. So yeah, that's basically how I build my tracks actually. Thank you.